All right, so that should be better. Hopefully that worked. Can y'all hear me? I'm seeing the green. I'm seeing the okay, perfect. I don't know what was going on. Um what was the question that was asked about Dave Chappelle? So Dave Chappelle, I think most trans men align with us when it comes to somebody else had asked something too. So can you re-ask that question after I answer this one? Um I think most of us know that that conversation was bullshit that Dave was having. Um, and I think my co-hosts were just I don't really know what was going on with them. I was quite surprised by their responses. What we are talking about is on what Mercy was talking about. Um, it seemed like my co-host was aligning themselves with Dave's because they weren't offended by what he was saying, which was quite surprising to me because, like I pointed out on the show, they have a lot of smoke for other things, but then they get tired selectively. So, yeah, I don't think that he speaks for um, other trans men or trans masculine folks. I think that that's just his opinion, which he has a right. Um, oh yeah, something felt off about last episode, like the disagreement seemed defensive. Oh yeah, we were totally disagreeing. If we're going back and forth in the comments of our post on Instagram, me and Mia, because she just says silly things, and I think most people that are commenting about what was said are commenting about what Z was saying. It really wasn't about Mia, but um because Mia, it felt like Mia was fence riding. Um but it was mainly about Z. So I keep people keep responding to Z saying that, not that they were offended by what he said, that it just put them back. It was a couple of things that were said, like, what is Z talking about? And people had texted me and was like, what is Z talking about? Um, and I guess Mia Z is playing the, instead of engaging with the conversation, Z is playing the, oh, your opinion is valid, but he kind of has that passive aggressiveness to him anyway. But Mia likes to be the more aggressive one, even if it has nothing to do with her. And so sometimes she'll say things thinking that she gotcha. Like she'll say things thinking like, aha, gotcha, you're being a hypocrite. But actually, if you actually listen, you actually didn't get me. And so she was trying to play the card. Like even in the conversation where she was like, why are you bringing up biracial? And are you practicing colorism? That's You're saying that because you don't understand colorism, and that is your Achilles heel. That is where you fall short in your political analysis. Um, and so so actually me bringing up biracial children has nothing to do with colorism. And so and then she was saying that something about me um about me saying that Dave was one of my problematic faves. And so yes, I will continue to say that because that is something that yes, when I said that um was about his Six Sticks and Stone specials. And when I watched his Sticks and Stone special, it wasn't like this one. It wasn't like Closer. It was a doubt. Those are two different things. He was actually making a punchline joke about the with punch jokes and punchlines about the analogy with trans people, the LGBT, um, in that car, and his analysis were kind of dead on. Was there some problematic things said? Absolutely. But but I used the whole article for Essence to call it out, to call those problems out. So while I can in one breath say he had a great analysis, I can also say that this was offensive and this is why. And so when you say that, when you try to question people offense, that's the problem. It's not, you don't have to be offended. You don't have to be offended with what, you don't have to be offended by what he said. Um, um, you don't have to be offended by what he said at all. But in your conversation, you're making it seem like you're making points that don't make sense. And so that's what was off. They were making points that don't make sense. Um, agree to disagree. It just was different vibe for that episode. Um, and I have a problem with the agree to disagree thing. Um, when people are wrong. Sometimes you're wrong, and it's not about agreeing to disagree. It's you are wrong and I'm right. And not on if and I'm a person who's smart enough to say, "Oh, I don't know this." Like I'm not gonna say, um, "You're wrong and I'm right" if I'm not right. Do you see what I'm saying? We're not talking about opinion. We talk about things that are there are some things that are just fact. Opinion is, do I like the new Adele album? My opinion is, I don't really like it. It's boring to me. Somebody else's opinion could be, "Ooh, I love it." Those are things they are not they don't need. I can't say that you're wrong for loving it. That's what opinions are. But you can't have an opinion about a fact. A fact is a fact. It's not some your opinion is not some alternative to the fact. I don't know what kind of Trump world you live on, but there are things that are facts. And if you're speaking against facts and I tell you that no, you're speaking against facts. I'm not telling you that you're what you feel and how you think you can't say it. You can say it, but you're wrong. If I say the sky is blue and we all look up at the sky and it's blue and you say no, I just feel I just feel like my opinion is the sky is green. I'll be like, you're entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is wrong. Your opinion is wrong. I we just gonna have to agree to disagree. No, these are facts. The sky is blue. When you look up, you see white clouds and sky blue. That's what you see. So yeah, sometimes that your opinion is wrong, and sometimes when you have these kind of conversation, um, there's a difference between saying I wasn't offended by the Dave Chappelle special versus the Dave Chappelle special is not offensive or shouldn't be offensive to you. You don't get to say that. You don't get to tell people that. You're wrong for saying that. Or or he didn't say anything that invalidated trans people. No, he actually did, and that's a fact. He literally called people with sex changes impossible pussies or something. He literally said things. He literally has said things that were invalidating to trans people. So you may not be offended by them. That is your right. But, you know, saying that like and I think a lot of things that he was saying about um neg- uh, something about that sex is a fact. Actually, Dave was talking about gender and biological sex can be a fact. And if you're, I have said for years, I think what really be kicking people ass is their conflation of gender and biological sex. Gender, it changes based on culture, and it's this really mutable social construct. Whereas um, biological sex also is a social construct, but also is not as mutable. It's not as flexible. But Diamond, he put Black Trans Lives Matter in the last millisecond of the credits. Also, wasn't that weird? Like, just because he put that, And and then the whole he's just mentioning us. I'm just happy that he's mentioned us. I want to be a part of the conversation. You want to be a part of the conversation so bad that you don't, it doesn't matter how? Is that weird? That's weird to me. I care how you put me in the conversation. I don't care. I'd rather you not. If you, it's like I I called you a faggot. I called you a man and a faggot, but I put Marsha P. Johnson shirt on. I mean, I mean that's that was weird to me. I didn't understand. Impossible pussy fake is what he was trying to say. Yes, and for some people who have sex changes, that's invalidating, and particularly Mia, who is one of those people who want to have a sex change. You would think that that would be something that would be quite offensive to her. You can follow any transphobic politician by that standard. Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Then you support Caitlyn Jenner. Trans men are less affected, so it's easy for them to accept the special because they might not understand the full extent of how bad transphobia can be to day-to-day life. Um that whole trans men are less affected. That gets us in the weeds of oppression Olympics. And I know too many trans men who understand the plight of trans women and and don't accept transphobia of any kind. So it's hard for me to run with that statement, Mercy, because I don't see that a lot. It's very rare that I see trans men just aligning with transphobes. I rarely see that. Yeah, I got so many, and then I might be in a bubble. I have so many trans guy friends that are like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is Dave talking about?" But Mia ain't that young. She is in her early 30s. Z, he, but Mia been through way more than Z. Mia talks about all the time how her transness is affected. It's strange. That nigga is not a part of our community. You shouldn't be talking less. And then that was an interesting concept too. Z was saying that are we not allowed to talk about make jokes about trans people? No. It's just like when we there if you're not a part of our community, you should not. No. Just you don't get that concept with blackface or shit like that. There are some things that are off limits that you don't get to talk about, that you don't get to make fun of. Or there will be a backlash. Not saying that he's going to get canceled, but there will be some type of response to it. No shade, but a lot of trans men are walking around with a strap on. So hopefully they wouldn't align themselves with what Dave said. I can't say that I don't know some trans folks that don't make sense with what they align with. I know tons, but it's not the norm. You get what I'm saying? It's like looking at what Caitlyn Jenner does and Blair White does and making it seem like that stuff is the trans norm. That is not the trans norm. Those are outliers. Those are people who um they exist. It's like coons in the black community. You got tons of coons, but it's not the norm. It's like conservative when you find black Republicans. Yes, do black Republicans exist? Yes. More than one, more than two, more than three. It's a lot of them, but they are not the majority or anywhere near the majority in the black community. Do you feel what I'm saying? So yes, you're gonna have some people like, Flame who um and they love to play the conservative card of, oh, everybody else is politically correct, everybody else is PC, everybody else is popular, and da da da. Actually, we're being anti-transphobic is the outlier is the outline, not within the community, but we are the minority. Stop playing it like we are the majority when we call you out and trying to hold you accountable to your bullshit. We only make up at least the LGBT is 1.4 million folks in the world. We don't make up um a lot of the majority at all. So when we're holding you accountable, we actually are outliers. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm so people, but yeah, that's why the episode seems strange. Yeah, this was the cringiest episode by far. I actually felt like Mia. Can you take that part out during a lot of the episode? This is what's crazy. This comeback episode, we were only supposed to talk about that for 15 minutes. South Park dated shock humor. Hmm. I like South Park. Um, um, we were only supposed to talk about Dave Chappelle for 15 minutes. I was supposed to go into the trans woman that got attacked at Pebblebrook High School. Mia was supposed to talk about her surgery. Z was supposed to talk about George. And so we were gonna just spend, we usually do like an opening conversation on Dave, but it got so awkward because remember, we haven't been talking. We've been taking a break for a month. And so we haven't been talking. And so I don't know what their opinions on Dave was. So I didn't talk to him about him, but I assumed that they didn't fuck with the special either. So when we pressed record, I was expecting a whole different answer, a whole different response. And so I'm sitting there like kind of gagged, like, what is happening? And I could read my face, but they were like, well, this is my opinion, and nobody is gonna make me feel offended or be offended or all that kind of shit. It just was quite strange. Also, Dave is not silly because he doesn't even condemn violence against black trans women, which is the bare minimum, in my opinion. I was shocked too. Yeah, I was like, what? I it was strange to me. And then the another part that was funny is when Mia said, was this his response to the trans community? I was like, did you even watch it? Like, what are you talking about? How can you not make the assumption based on what he said in the special that it was a response to the backlash that he got on Sticks and Stones? He literally laid it out that this was his response. And then she was making it seem like, oh, don't go off on me. I'm like, what? I'm not going off. It just doesn't make sense that you didn't understand that this was his response to the community. Like he literally is parading his trans friend that committed suicide in order to say, oh, I got a trans friend. And oh, I'm doing something for her children just because she was my friend and she cared. Yeah, they said they watched it, but it was funny when she was making it seem like I was going off on her because I didn't understand how she didn't understand that this was a response to the community. Like how could you be watching this special and listening to him say what he said, how he set up the conversation, and not understand that he was responding to what people were saying about sticks and stones. It didn't make sense. You did preface the Chappelle segment with, "I don't want to talk about this too long. You were already over it." Yes, Brandon. I said that because I just wanted to just get our general, because I thought we all would have said we don't condone transphobia. This is not Dave Chappelle is being Dave Chappelle and da 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 da. So this he's doing what he normally do. He already got paid. We know he rich and can't cancel him. But yeah, he's doing his thing. Um, that's what I thought it was gonna be, but then Z went on his tangent, and I was like, oh, and then Mia, that's his girlfriend, so she's gonna align. And since that's where they went, then I was gagged because if you pay attention to other episodes, baby, Mia got the smoke for cisgender women. Anytime they got a problem, Mia got the smoke for them. Um, anytime, you know what I'm saying? Even when I pointed out colorism in the incident when she was signing, when she was trying to bottle girl, and and I pointed out the colorism, and she didn't even clock that I what I was talking about. And then, but this time when I talked about biracial people, she brought up colorism. I'm like, what? That don't have nothing to do with colorism. It was just so weird and cringy. And I just was like, what are y'all talking about? What is happening? I was just like, what is happening? This is so weird. She said something like, "I'm sorry if other people don't pass." I was like, "Oops!" And got protections at their job. What? Me and Mia both was like, "Ooh." If you listen to it back, me and Mia both was like, "Oh, you tripping?" Ooh, it was so that part was super cringy. I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "What?" Because you pass and have protections at your job? I was like, what? That part I gagged. Yes, Brandon, that was what Daphne. But I also pointed out Daphne, Shonda Rhimes. Why Shonda Rhimes? um, but I'm also close with Daphne's calling them fish. Do you know how many times I have to edit out Mia calling them the cunts? And then she correcting herself each and every time, like, you ain't learning. And even Z has complained about fish, and we said that we were gonna stop trying to use it, and you still do it. It was strange to me the way she would write a character off. Yes. I was like, oh. You threw that dead girl under the bus like it was crazy. Yes. And so I'm really not close, but I'm friends with Daphne's roommate, like before and after her death. Like it lived with this, like she lived with Daphne. They were very close. They lived together. And so her roommate had been talking about the Daphne situation before Dave Chappelle, before she was already having mental health issues because of her people, because of her daughter and her baby mama and her family. They were on some bullshit. I have never had the had the problem with calling cis women fish. I was shocked when I first heard someone use it because knew nothing about the term used to describe someone. That's a very honey fish trade late fish trade late and queen are all old. Z was very much his father's child in that episode. It was coming through strong. Yeah. Were they really friends? You know how some trans women do when men show them any kind of attention. We love to inflate things. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. They were roommates. They lived together. Those type of friends. I had to go look up the Pebblebrook situation. That is my neck of the woods. That's crazy. The school didn't even seem to be concerned about the slightest. Right. Hot Cheeto with the new term learned. Hot Cheeto was the news term I learned. Hot Cheeto. What's that? I don't know that. Daphne and Dave. No, she was a fucking fan. She was a fan. I think Diamond made the point, like Dave Chappelle has status too. Yes. And wasn't that weird when Z was comparing the jokes that him and Mia make at home, dead naming each other as a joke, and Dave Chappelle on this big major platform being transphobic? You're comparing your jokes to Dave Chappelle jokes? That was so weird to me. That was I was over here like what is happening? What is happening here? I don't understand. Did we leave our brain at the door? Are we woke? Then he said his transphobia had a deeper meaning. I was very confused. And it didn't seem mean spirited. What? Huh? Baby, y'all, I was over here. It was not that segment lasted an hour. It was supposed to last 15 minutes. I was sitting over here like, huh? I've never had jokes about dead naming, but I've had inappropriate jokes. But there's a difference between, like, for example, like me and my gay friend. There's an episode on here that is kind of on a video on here with me and my gay son, and we are on the video roasting each other with HIV jokes. Now, us being who we are, we wouldn't do that to somebody else. We wouldn't do that to somebody we know. We're doing it to each other because we find it funny. We find it we know it we're not going to be offended and we find it funny. And we do it when we're alone. Now, I just so happen to press record and we're reading each other. And so while somebody watching may be offended, which I had to be sensitive about, but this is me and my friend making jokes like that with each other, against each other. And so that's not something I would do just willy nilly. That's just not something I would do. Cat Black uploaded a video and played the entire trans segment section if you don't want to give him the views. um I still haven't seen it. I watch Dave Chappelle's specials when they come out because I find Dave Chappelle entertaining. And Netflix already got my coins. I pay them every month. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch whatever I want to watch. Now I'm not about to go buy no tickets to see Dave Chappelle. I'm not about to go. I'm not about to do that. But I'll watch. I'll watch it if I have free access to it. I'm not spending no extra money to see it. And I feel the jokes in Sticks and Stones was very different than what was said in Closer. Closer didn't even feel like jokes. Thank you. Is it Kara, like Sarah, but with a K? Kara or Kara? You're not gonna cancel your Netflix right for Dave Chappelle. No. If I wasn't gonna cancel it for Monique, I'm definitely not canceling for no fucking Dave Chappelle. At least I was riding with Monique. I wasn't gonna cancel. Because my joy is centered in this house. And Netflix got tons of sickening shit that I found ton of pleasure and joy in. So yeah, a rich woman not getting paid enough isn't enough for me to take away my own personal joy. There's some things that, if I find joy in them, I'm not gonna let them go. For example, uh R. Kelly music, I literally deleted it off my computer. I have it's off. Everything that I have is off. I don't need to. I lived through that era. I had enough of his music. I don't need to hear his music at all. So I don't need it. So it's easy for me to. And that's not taking any joy away from me. But deleting Netflix will take joy. There's shows on Netflix that I think is sickening that bring me happiness and joy. So I'm not deleting them. Period. I think I would have a problem if they didn't have affirming content as well. If they're not giving trans people opportunities, they are you know, I think that, I wouldn't take it shit down. I think it can be up. Sparks a conversation body. Everybody has a problematic fave. Don't front like you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Beyonce is a capitalist. Do I care? That conversation about her being in the blood diamond, did I care? No. She looks sickening. No, you is not about to have me cancel Beyonce because of a fucking diamond. Now I'm not gonna be excited. Oh, I'm the first black woman to wear this Tiffany diamond. Girl, I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm not about to praise you for that. But you look sickening. But I don't care. You the first black woman. That's racist. That sounds like performative. That they're tired and they just now getting on the bandwagon in 2021. Fuck out of here. That ain't cute. And I think people should call it out, which they did. But I'm not about to cancel Beyonce because of that. We can't afford those diamonds anyway. Marissa, how about that? Child, because if B drops something tomorrow, my coin, she shall have it. I didn't like this new song, Be Alive. That song, I like it, but she didn't get my coins for that one, honey. I need something else. I need a visual album, honey. I need some visuals and sickening stuff. This song ain't sickening for King Richard, which is out on HBO. And I will be doing HBO Max. You can watch King Richard on HBO Max. And I will be doing a Friday night little special about it. So make sure y'all watch it if y'all interested. Um, I admit she will have my coins too. Amen. I think I am more afraid that Dave has set a new precedent for how we are perceived by the masses, especially by BIPOC people, when Black trans women are being murdered like crazy. Oh, I totally disagree with that, Mercy. I don't think Dave has set a precedent, darling. Dave, motherfuckers been hating queer people. Dave was talking about white queer people. That was Dave's critique because he's a Black man, and I've talked about this um on the other video about Dave Chappelle. He is a Black man, cishet Black man. I'm sorry, because he is a cishet Black man, and all they know how to do is talk about race, baby. And so when they look at white women, when they look at women, they know how to make a racial analysis about them. When they look at Black women, they love to blame feminism on white women. When they look at queer people, they're only going to see the racist white gay that likes to wear them out, likes to read them. They're only going to have and be sensitive to the racial analysis. That is what they do. That is all they want to dismantle is racism, because most of them, they want to be the white man. They want to be the powerful capitalist. They want to have the power of a white man. They want to be white in blackface. They want to do all the things white people do, just be the Black version of it. That's what they want. They don't want to dismantle the gender oppression. They don't want to dismantle homophobia. They don't want to dismantle anything that's against the LGBT, because they don't think that you are Black excellence. They don't think that you are anything like that. They they want you. That's all they know. And so what he did was point out white racist LGBT people. That's all he did. And so he didn't do, but that's what they all do. If you pay attention to the woke Black dudes, most of them, you know, they are down with respectability politics when it's talk about women. They want a women. You got to be this way. You can't be too aggressive. You can't be too masculine. You got to let a man lead, and all that they want all the patriarchal stuff. They don't want the racial stuff. They want the patriarchal stuff so they can have power, so they can have all of those things. That's what they want. There's very few of them that are not queer, that are cishet, that have an analysis like um Mark Lamont Hill, um Ibram X Kendi. Um I've been seeing a couple of people, even like consciously, he's been on this, he's been on the channel. Um they haven't done the reading. They know the racial stuff all well, like the back of their hand. They got PhD in that. But when it comes to how to dismantle misogyny and patriarchy and all that kind of stuff, they haven't grasped that, because that's their only semblance of power. That's their only thing, only place that they got some power. Let me hold on to this power where I can be over the woman, over the queer people, over these motherfuckers. That's the only thing. Your statement about the luxury of respectability in LGBT, particularly trans, was spot on. Thank you. That's why people with multiple intersections typically want to dismantle and take down the whole system. We have too many barriers to get to the white cishet man, and they only have one. Doo. This lipstick is making my lips dry. Doo, 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 doo. Let me get some water. How long will it take for us to have a super minority to gain acceptance? Um, I don't know how long. I don't know. I don't really know. It's been what? It's been 70 years. Civil rights movement started happening in the 60s, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2001, 2010, 2020s. Yeah, like 70 years. It's been 70 years. I don't know. Shit, we just got the protections in 2020, child. So, oh, look, y'all. I was on the Black News Channel the other day. Mm, Easy it is for you to empathize and underrate other people intersections. Yeah, a girl I follow on TikTok said that you have to think about the intersections like language. The more languages you know, the easier it is to learn more languages. The more intersections you have, the easier it is for you to empathize and underrated other people's intersections. I think so. Easier for you to understand. Yeah, that's a good analysis. And think about people who only speak English. They be getting mad at subtitles, honey. Any kind of discomfort. That literally the dude who the Asian guy who who made Parasite was reading us about not wanting to read subtitles. Reading Americans. But because English is the standard, they have to have read read titles to understand American cinema. They have to read either learn English, but most other places they teach their children English. So somebody who just speaks English don't always understand their privileges in around language. And then when we go to other countries and they're like reading us because we don't speak their language, because we're arrogant Americans, we act like we don't understand. So I think that's a perfect analysis. The pessimist in me. I think it will start shifting. I think it's totally in it's totally impossible for us not to acknowledge the shift in culture that we have seen from 1960 to 2020. It is night and day in regards to what we see right now, um, in regards to race right now. Night and day from 2020 and 1960. Total difference. We have definitely seen a shift. Are we still dealing with race bullshit and the remnants of racial bullshit? Absolutely, yes, absolutely. But we definitely can see the shift, and it has morphed into other things. It hasn't been totally dismantled, and not even anywhere near to be totally dismantled. But how it's showing up is totally different. And so I think when it comes to queer and we and this is I'm trying to get out of this, y'all. When we think about time, what's really scary is if you look at We're talking about race right now. But if you talk about gender in regards to time, this shit ain't never going nowhere. When we think about there is this amazing documentary called The Ascend of Women. I think it's on PBS. Amazing documentary. I'm about to get the title. I've mentioned this before, but just in case you're new. The Ascent of Women. Yes. She's a historian. She's a white historian. Mama pulled out some tea, baby. Mama pulled out some tea and it was hot when it comes, because I always say this. I say this all the time. Race is quite new. Race is new. We can track when race categories started to happen. We can track when those things started to happen. This book right here, post-traumatic slave syndrome. Hold on, let me show y'all the book. Um, the Ascend of Women. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see if I can find this book. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. I don't know where this book is at. Oh, here we go. She has her post-traumatic slave syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGroy, PhD. She has a couple of, they went viral a few times. She has a couple of videos that went viral or whatever that you can check out if you don't want to read the whole book, but I suggest you do, because it's a lot of great information here. But she talked about how race started, and she kind of lays it out. It's other books that do this too, but I liked hers. How race started and how it wasn't no science or nothing. Fat phobia. The Another book that kind of lays it out too is Fearing the Black Body by Sabrina Strings. That's old. Brianna put me onto a book called The Belly of the Beast. But anyway, those books really lay out the history of how race and categorizing race in regards to beauty, in regards to, all those things, kind of lays it out. How race isn't that old. Race and separating human beings by race is quite new, you know, new in a sense, like, you know, 13, 14, 1500s, I think. I can't remember exact dates, but not, but the woman, but women, but the oppression of women and girls, that goes back before we started writing, y'all. So I know race is a big thing in America because of its history with chattel slavery and its history with taking over the land of indigenous people, but female oppression is old, way older. So patriarchal oppression, man, patriarchal oppression, hmm, that really, that is the one, y'all. That is the one that is the granddaddy, and it gets taken off the hook so much. it gets taken off the hook. Let me see if I can clean this up because it's giving me a headache. But yes, y'all gotta watch Ascend, the Ascent of Women. It's really, really good. It's a couple of parts on it, but it teach you some of what was going on in the past when it comes to how girls were oppressed and how it just has gone on and on and on. With the king, the monarchy era, and how it's just that's a part of the history, and it's older than racism. And so when we think about time and dismantling um female women oppression, think about how long that has been. Ooh, that's a long time to get to where we are now, in particularly in America. Um, yeah, it's I think we're all gonna continue to be passed the torch, and you just need to do your part in your circle of people, your circle of power, whatever you can do, whether it be if you play the fiddle, whatever you can do. I talked about this in a panel that I did yesterday, and well, not yesterday, this morning. Well, it's Saturday now. Y'all know what I mean. I talked about it. There was this dude who is the crossword puzzle champ. He's like the crossword puzzle champ of the world. I was like, whoa, that's amazing. What that have to do with me? So I started getting messages from older people, and they were like, "Oh, I saw you in a crossword puzzle. I saw you in a crossword puzzle. Saw you in a the podcast." And I was like, "You saw us in a crossword puzzle? Show me." And they sent me a screenshot of a USA Today, and they had posted it. Whoever made the crossword puzzle made us one of the answers on the crossword puzzle. Black trans podcast. Like that was the clue, was Black trans podcast, something like that. And the answer that you had to search to find the answer, and we're one of the only Black trans podcasts. And so our name fit, March's Plate fit as the answer. And so I looked up who was over this, and what I found out is that the dude who was hired to make the crossword puzzles was the crossword puzzle king. And he was hired to make that puzzle. He is a listener of Marcia's Plate. So while he may not be some rich ass person, but in his profession, in his field, in his hobby, in the power that he had, he brought awareness to our podcast just based on putting us in the USA Today crossword puzzle. Do you know how that blew my fucking mind? And I was really like, that is allyship. Like when you think about, you know, nobody, I wouldn't have thought about a crossword puzzle. Talk about a flex and the power of education. Exactly. I was like, what? How are you bringing awareness to some of the issues in where you have the power, where you have the power? That's amazing. That's amazing. And yeah, I feel like I do that. I feel like I got into it with this girl. I don't want to say I got into it with her. She doesn't like me, so she talks hella shit about me. Um, but she doesn't like me because I don't give her access to my platform. because I think she's toxic. I think that she is a user. I think that she is mentally unstable. I think that she is toxic, a user. She's the type of person that will slide in your DMs and try to ask you for money, but she send a message to you, but she'll adjust it to you, but then she'll send that mess. She'll copy and paste that message and send it to everybody on her friends list just to try to get money out of them, just to see how much money she can come up. It's like fishing. Like, oh, let me see how much money somebody will give me. And so you can get me like that one time, not many times, but if we cool, you can get me like that one time. But once I catch on to your scheme, it's over. I'm not giving you shit. Because now I'm seeing it as a hustle and not just you in need. And so I don't like to feel like I'm being hustled. So I stopped giving her shit. Period. And so now she goes on rants. I done blocked her now, but now she goes on rants talking about I don't give my platform to other people. Like I don't share my platform with other people. And I'm like, you have to be like off or something. You have to be off if you think that I don't share my platform. I don't know no other black trans content creator that has more black trans people on their platform than me. Name me one. Name another trans content creator that has as many individual on their platform, like right now, individual trans leaders, trans people on their platform. Who has more than me? That's a trans led thing. I see other girls featuring themselves. So saying that I don't share my platform, I showcase tons of people that I think. Now I don't showcase everybody. If I don't like you, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna. I don't. I don't need that kind of. It's not that deep for me where I'm gonna have somebody on my shit just and I don't fucking like them just to have them on. No, but I have I have a whole archive of trans people, trans men, trans women, predominantly black. There's very few white ones that I have. I have Mac Biggs on here. I have him on here. He's because he was from Texas and that was relevant because I'm a Texan. Um who else? I think I had my homegirl. She dead now, but I don't want to say homegirl. She's not my homegirl. My hometown friend at the time person. She was white, Melissa Stone. She was doing healthcare work here in Houston, and so we talked about HIV and healthcare. But I have a whole archive of trans people that I have had on March's Plate and on here. So if you saying anything about I don't share my platform, you a fucking liar. You are a liar, and you are just mad because I don't share my platform with you. Period. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I try to use my power to do what I need to do, and I think that everybody has that power. Everybody has that power in your circle as an individual. How are you making those cultural changes in the culture that you live in and you control? If you are working at a church and you are trying, and your job is to convert people to Christianity, how are you making that church a safe place where you have the power? Now, if just where you have the power. I'm not asking you to dismantle the whole church if you're not the fucking pastor of the church. What I'm asking is where you have the power, your home, the team that you run, the program that you run, your yoga place, your gym, where you control and you have some power. How are you making that safe for trans people? How are you making that safe for Black people? How are you making that safe for women? How are you making that safe for gay people? How are you making it safe for poor people, to accessible? How are you dismantling these systems that we all talk about? How are you doing that in your own circle? In your own circle. And it's your podcast. You can edit it to have anyone you please. If they don't care for your show, they can start their own. Then there's that. um yeah, it's like yeah, I think people, when we think of these systems that we're trying to dismantle, we always think of them as this big old mountain. And it almost can be intimidating, like I can't do anything about racism. I can't do I'm just one person. I can't do anything about sexism. I can't do anything about classism. I can't do anything. I don't have the power. I'm just trying to survive and da 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 da. How are you dismantling those things in your space? In your space. Word. Come on. I know that's right. Thanks. Um And I had to learn that for myself. I remember I used to have all of the white Hollywood starlets on my wall, like um, Marilyn Monroe, Betty Davis. I used to have all of them on my wall in black and white because I thought these are the 50s and 60s beauties, icons, and da 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 da. And I wasn't thinking about it being racist or me. Um, It wasn't like I was anti-black and didn't know any beauties. But when I would go to Walmart or go to Ross or go to wherever I would be looking for pictures to put on the wall, I wouldn't see any Dorothy Dandridge. I would see Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, um, and Jane Mansfield. I would see they would have pictures of not James Mansfield. They would have pictures of the white ones. They wouldn't have Lena Horne and da 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 da. And that would be my excuse. Like they never have them. I would buy them because I would have if I seen them at the store. I would have bought them. But I wasn't being and it wasn't like I was lying or not telling the truth, but I wasn't being intentional and proactive about creating the shit for myself. Do you see what I'm saying? So I went online when I really got intentional about creating the space. This is Grace. When I really got intentional about creating the space to reflect beauties that I like, I went and got frames and picked black and white pictures of my black beauty icons or black intellectual icons. Do you see what I'm saying? And or black art and be really, really I started to be really intentional about it. So that when I wait and this is didn't come didn't come to my brain on my own because I didn't really think about it. It was just decor. Do you feel what I'm saying? It was like, oh, I'm just making my house. I wanted my house to be, I want a red accent wall and black and white pictures. That's what I wanted. And gold. So most of my house is black and white and gold and a little bit of blue. And red accent wall, red carpet, shit like that. So that's all I was thinking about. But I was listening to this video with I was listening to this video with Bell Hooks, and Bell Hooks said, like, in your home where you have the power, if you are conscious of enough to know that the beauty standards are giving you a certain indoctrination. The beauty standards are. You know that they are. You know we can't see movies without being bombarded with colorism and racism and a European beauty standard that we didn't ask for. If you conscious of knowing that, why not in the space that you control, that you have the power, are you not doing what you can to buck up against that system and making sure that when you wake up in the morning and when you see pictures on your wall, that they are reflecting what you deem as beautiful? Why are you not doing that? And when she said it, I couldn't answer why I wasn't, but it made so much fucking sense that I was like, you fucking right. Yeah, why do I have these white bitches on my wall? It's not that I don't think Marilyn Monroe is beautiful, but I got that from somewhere. I got that from somewhere, and it's not that I don't like her. It's not that I don't think she was an important figure in the 60s, but I know why she was an important figure and Dorothy Dandridge wasn't. I know why Dorothy Dandridge was instead of some other black beauty, because she was light skinned. She was a light skinned black woman. I know these things. So how am I reimagining what I want my place to look like if it reflected beauty that I wanted to see? Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's when I started collecting little pictures. I printed off all these black and whites of people that I want to see when I come out of my room. Pictures of myself, pictures of just whatever I want to see. I got, let me show y'all this picture. I love this picture of myself. hmm I love this picture of myself. I love this picture of myself. It is so cute. I had did this has sentimental value to me. It is a picture. I had did this campaign with I don't know if y'all know her on here on YouTube. Her name is Ambrosia. She is a YouTuber. Um, she is a YouTuber by the name of Ambrosia, and her name is X Golden or Golden X or something like that. Her name is Ambrosia Marlborough, and she used to have a online boutique, and she used to make um it was called Crochet Love, and she used to make like earrings and like little things with them. And she sent me so many of like earrings, and I did a photo shoot with the earrings. And these are crocheted peace signs. And I had this big ass pretty ass afro. And y'all remember this video? I have a video in this afro called something about Marilyn Monroe. I have some glasses on. Um I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, I have a video with this picture that I took at the same time this week. And this photo shoot came out so good. She loved it. She sold so many of the earrings. She was so cool for having me as a trans person when it wasn't like the cool thing to do. This was back in 2010 when it wasn't cool to be performative. For her to have me on her campaign, it was fucking cool as fuck. I was like, oh, this is my first, well, not my first, like my second kind of official modeling gig, definitely as an adult. And I was like, oh, she really liked it, and it just really did well. So this picture has sentimental value to me, so I got it made, got it created, and I can put it on my wall because it reminds me of a fucking happy moment of my life. um I started to just be really, really intentional about what I see when I wake up, what I see what I see when I get up in the morning and come in my house and look. I see, I want to see black folks. I want to see what I think is beautiful. I want to see queer black folks. I want to see people that I love, people that bring me joy. My Aunt Roz, I love her. This is my favorite picture of my fucking Aunt Roz. She was a madam. I've talked about her before, but she was a madam. She was a prostitute. She was everything that wasn't fucking respectable, but she was one of the first people that affirmed me and made me feel, even through my queerness, that I was a bad bitch. And she told me that I was a bad bitch. And she said, fuck these motherfuckers calling you a faggot. Faggots, she said, now she was problematic in the sense of using the language, but she was like, faggots is the flyest motherfuckers in the world. Faggots know how to do hair. She had all these problematic things to say, but she was trying to be affirming. She was like, don't let them motherfuckers make you feel good, feel bad about being a faggot. We love faggots. Faggots are the flyest motherfuckers. They will take care of you. They love you. They will love you more than any of these motherfuckers. They will take care of you more than faster than any of these bitches, these dog head ass bitches out here. My aunt will wear it out. And this is before I transitioned because I was a little. And and she was so affirming. She was definitely one of the people in my family that made me feel like it didn't matter. And so I literally, emotionally, she was more like my grandmother than my actual grandmother, her sister, which is her. That's those two are sisters. Not her calling you a faggot yet, Affirmy. Yes, because at the time that was the only reference. Like, cause how the conversation started is, um, she was taking me somewhere, and she was notorious for being drunk, and she was a heroin addict, and but sometimes she'll be sober, come get me, and we would roll to the mall and just walk around. What I didn't know is she was using me to get hustle motherfuckers out of money. Lying to them, telling them that I was her child. Um, but I'll be like, yeah, they call me faggots at school. Like, I remember being like around 6 or 7 and telling her that they be calling me faggots and calling me gay. And she was like, fuck them motherfuckers. Faggots are the best people in the world. It's okay to be a fag. Don't be letting no motherfucker make you feel bad about being a fag. It's okay. This is exactly how she's talking. It's okay to be a fag. Faggot are the best people in the world. They make you look fly. They'll be in your corner than any of these, faster than any of these dog head bitches. I love me a faggot. This is exactly how she was talking. It's so funny. I love me a faggot. It's okay. Faggots are cool. Don't worry about it. And then when I transitioned, she was so like, it almost like was amazing to her. Almost amazing to her. She was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God. She used to, every time she would see me, she would touch my face. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Well, you ain't had no choice but to be beautiful. You come from good stock, honey. That's literally exactly how she talked. You come from good stock, honey. You ain't got no choice but to be beautiful. But she was older. She passed away when she was like 63. Yeah, she passed away when she was like 63. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, but yeah, I want my house to reflect. Um, I have a picture. I have a picture of Mario on my altar. That sounds like my grandma trying to embrace me, but doing the most, reading me and loving me at the same time. Yes. My aunt used to be like my aunt Georgia used to be like that too. Hers was late though. She was trying to be read. She was trying to read. She wasn't trying to be loving. But she would say little shit like that would piss me off. I remember we had went to the club and this club called Booties. I think I talked about this. No, I talked about it from the angle of Bonnie Louise, my cousin. But I got an aunt named Georgia who we would go there too in different. Georgia was she's the bougie auntie. So we would go by ourselves. She wouldn't want to go with the ratchet cousin, Bonnie Louise. Um, but when we would go, the niggas would be on me, man. They would be, I was young. I was like 18, 19, baby, fine, little hot young tender, baby, looking good. And them country boys didn't know what to do, baby. And, you know, I would tip through and I would get a lot of attention. And so when we would go home to my mom is 63 in December, yes. Um, when we would go home, she was trying to read. She was like, I don't trans women. She said trans. I can't remember how the read escalated, but I was trying to be cordial because my mouth get real slick, and but and my mama was looking at me like, don't argue, don't say nothing, just be quiet. It's gonna escalate and get worse and worse if you don't if you just let it go. But my aunt Georgia was just poking the bear in me. And so the last draw, she said, well, I don't understand. Trans women are ugly to me. She was like, trans women are ugly to me. They make the most ugly women because, particularly because they got big hands, they got big feet, and their face is big, head is big. I don't know. It just they make ugly women. And that was just the last straw for me because it just was too much. First of all, we have the same size shoe. I, I was 18. And so we have the same size shoe. You wear a 10, bitch. I wear a 10. I'm prettier than you. By most standards, that darling, I'm prettier than you. And she was like, what you mean? I was like, you got them fucked up ass teeth. My teeth are white and straight. Your teeth are fucked up. You got bad skin. My skin is clear. My skin is clear, baby. My skin has always been clear. Your skin is all you got blackheads and blemishes and sagging, and you look older than what you actually are, and you supposed to be black. Usually black people don't age that fast. But you are aging like a fucking like milk. Your hair ain't never done. It always look raggedy. So that's why but the proof is in the pudding. When we went to the club, that's why they was on me. And you the cisgender girl. You supposed to be the one that they after. But they was on me, baby. And then she tried to be like, men will fuck a dog if they get a chance to fuck a dog. They fuck anything. You can't judge about based on men. Oh, so now we can't judge it based on men. But you sitting up here trying to read because you mad that the men was giving me attention. So you care about the men. Don't act like you don't care about the men, baby. Don't act you because honey, tonight was the night, baby. You saw the power of my fish. Honey, you saw it. Because when I walked in the room, you would have thought I was Beyonce to these country boys. Now, if I was somewhere else, it wouldn't have been nothing. But I was a up north city girl coming to this country bunking town with fashions and a look. Bitch, honey, I was a movie star to them. You can judge on men, though. They are visual beings, honey. That's gonna tell the truth when we talking about looks and who ugly and who not ugly. Oh, baby, Marissa, she gagged, honey. She gagged. But she learned that lesson that day that I wasn't the one. That I wasn't the one to I'm gonna read you and hurt your feelings because I'm gonna use the truth. Because I went into this long ass read about her husband. That's why your husband running around with other women. Because if you was the bad bitch that you think you are, he would be at home in the house, chilling, taking care of you and your son. But here you are in my mama's house because in any other mama, you would be living out your car. I don't know no bad bitches that ain't got niggas lining up to want to take care of them. But here you are in my mama's house. But you want me to believe you a bad bitch. Get out of here. And trans women are ugly. Okay. And then the next day she was like, I wasn't talking about you. You're not like other trans women. So now you want me to dog the rest of my girls because you want to make me the exceptional one. Girl, get out of here. Fuck out of here. Most trans women don't look like you. Who cares? I don't care. I know pretty of them that look better than me, that look close to me, that look on the same level as me. I know some sickening fucking trans women. Do I know some bricks? Sure. But I know some sickening ones. So you're not about to sit up in my face and act like we all fucking bricks. I know some bitches that's pretty with them big hands and them big feet. So get the fuck out of here. You remind me of myself. If given the chance, I will hurt your little feelings. Baby, yes, God. And it's gonna be feelings with the truth. It ain't gonna be me just saying random shit. It's gonna be real shit that you can't deny, that everybody around me can't deny. Cause we all see it. Them raggedy teeth, that bad skin full of fucking saggy blackheads and shit. Ugh. She used to wear me out. And she wasn't an ugly woman. She's actually her sister too. This is her younger sister. It's four of them. Let's see if I can. It's four of them. Now don't judge them by this. They look older now. She's older now, but she's the youngest sister. She was around she was around 30 at the 28, 30, maybe 33. I don't know. I can't remember how old she was, but she was in her early 30s, late 20s or early 30s. I can't remember exactly when we met or when we had not when we met, when we had this conversation. This is her now. So, honey, they used to, she thought she was a bad bitch, honey, because she was in this country bunking town, and the boys boosted her head up because she was a little, light skinned little thing, honey. They used to boost her head up, and I'm like, girl, you can't play them games with me, bitch. A good read is based on facts, yes. And I'm trying to see if I can find her sister Deanie. Mm, nope, I don't. I can't find her sister Deanie. But they're 4 girls. So this is her, and her are my grandmother's daughter. Their father had 2 other girls, which is the one I just showed y'all, um and see if I can find her. Deanie got her page on lock, so I can't see any pictures of her. She only got her grandkids. So you can't, I don't see no pictures of her. But yes, their father, hey live, their father had he had 2 girls by 2 cousins. Does that make sense? So her he had a he had 2 girls by her, and then he had 2 girls by her cousin. So the 2 sisters are kind of kin in multiple ways. Thank you. That's so messy. It is. But they from the country, child. And actually, she, the youngest girl, is actually younger than my mother. So she had an auntie that she had a real aunt that was younger than her. 3 years younger than her, I think. Because I think she was born in 69 and my mother was born in 64. Well, no. 67. I think, I can't remember. But yes, darling. I wonder why I can't find her, man. Oh, here she go. This is her sister. Their sister. This is my aunt Deanie. This is the church girl. She's the churchy one. And he only had 4 girls, so they were the only girls. What's going on with y'all, honey? Let's talk about something. That's enough talking about the foolishness of my crazy auntie trying to read. Y'all like these earrings? Have I wore these before? I think so. I don't know. I love them. I bought some new eyeshadow from this company. Some gray eyeshadow. Ooh. I see this. It is called About Face, and it is it's like gray. I've been looking for like a gray eyeshadow that's like matte, so I can put like some silver sparkle. Did you watch the Verzuz? I did watch the Verzuz. It was the worst Verzuz that I have ever watched. Y'all see that gray? Ain't that so cute? I'm thinking like it's a matte gray. Y'all see that? And I'm thinking with some sparkle on it. Now don't get me to tripping. Nah, I don't want to put this gray. I was gonna put it on my eye, but I'll wait and give y'all a look later. But look how it dries down to be a matte, just a matte, just a matte fucking eyeshadow. And I'm thinking, put that on your eye, on your lid, and put a little sparkle, right? Little sparkle. I feel like that'll turn it with a old light gray smoky eye, like a real smoky instead of black. They were going on and on about Chappelle, and I couldn't let it slide. Yeah. hmm What comes to mind when it comes to your most memorable moment? Oh, child, I have so many memorable moments. I don't, I I don't know. In regards to what? Um, they look like little fans. Yes, I love them. I did watch the verses. So verses. So Shaka Khan, if you don't know, is one of my favorite artists. I love. She's one of my favorite legends. Like when we think of like black legends, I love I love Shaka Khan's voice. She reminds me of a horn. Um, I love Shaka Khan's voice. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I hated her voice during this verses. I don't know if she looked like she was high as a cooter brown bird. High as a kite on the moon, and I didn't understand it, and so I didn't really enjoy it. Um, I love Stephanie Mills' recorded numbers. I love her recorded numbers. She has some classic hits that I love. Comfort of a Man. And what else? That's one of my favorite. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Yeah. What was the other one? What was it? What was that other one? Hear me. What's it? What's the other one? Oh, I do like Home. I love Stephanie Mills' Home, but I actually this is gonna gag y'all, but I actually like this is gonna wear y'all out. So be prepared. This is about to wear y'all out. I actually prefer Diana Ross's version over Stephanie Mills. Not because Diana Ross can outsing Stephanie Mills. Of course not. But I don't know. I just like Diana's version better. I like Diana's home version better. Um, yeah, I don't know why. I just like it. I like how she delivers it. Is it as soulful as Stephanie? No. Did she outsing Stephanie? No. But I like it. I just like it better. I just like hers better. I just like Diana's better. Very rare moment. Um, yeah, I don't want, but I think it's because of her delivery. I don't. Dorothy is a little girl. You get what I'm saying? Like Dorothy is a girl who is becoming a woman, who is becoming into, or a young woman that's coming into her confidence. So her being singing like a soulful, mature woman doesn't really fit the song to me. Does that make sense? I, Diana's light, lyrical, like little light soprano um voice just fits the narrative better. I don't know. It just fits better. Diana Ross should do verses. Diana just released the album, child. Diana just released the album. Y'all just not um checking for old Diana, but she's still out here doing things. What show is the verses on? It's on their own platform. Diana Ross's new album. Yep, it's called Thank You. It came out November the 5th. Yeah, I won't say that it's great, but I listen to it, but I like it. It's very Diana. You know how Diana will give you pretty songs. Yeah, I like Diana's voice for that song. I think her album is nice for the vibe it gives. Yeah. I don't come to Diana for um singing. I don't come to her. I like, do you know what you're going through? Do you hear? Or whatever the song. But I wanted to when I listen to Diana, I want it pretty. Do you know? I wanted that. I wanted to, I don't know. I want it to be, what Diana gives. I want my soul. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Dun, 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 dun. To tell you understand, but that's all right for her. But still, it ain't enough for me. I don't care if you're young or old, just make him beautiful. I just want someone I can hold on to. I want my souls. Yes, I love that song. um, what else? I just like I like Diana when she, if there's a cure for this, I don't want it. I don't want it. If there's a remedy, I don't need it. I don't need it. I think about you all the time. What's the can't get you out of my mind because I love him. I can't remember the rest of it. But yes. He's the sweetest hangover. I just wanna get over. Yes, I love. That's what I come to her for. I don't come to her for, honey, soul in the sense of soul singing shit. I come to her for the poppy old school pretty song like Barbara Streisand, child. I don't get I ain't never I come to Barbara for her to do pretty songs. tell tell him about the sun and moon shining in his arms. Reach out to him. Whisper. That I don't come from, if I want soul, I'm gonna go to Gladys Knight, um, Patty, if I want soulful jazz, I'm gonna go to Shaka. Shaka is my thing. And soul, Stephanie give me soul too. But I like her recorded numbers. That's what I like. And I don't like Stephanie's up tempos. I like her ballads. Um But Shaka, I like Shaka's everything. Shaka gives me, she'll give you a jazz standard. She'll give you a up tempo. I feel for you because I love you. Um, yeah, she'll give you a jazz night in Tunisia. She'll give you my She'll be lower. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. You make me smile with my heart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little bit weak? When you open it to speak, are you smarter? Don't you change your hair for me. I don't know. Celine can is more agile. Celine can do some runs. Celine isn't Celine can kind of go. Like when it comes to like running and stuff, Celine can do stuff. Unlike Barbara. And Celine has power and soul. No, I don't think Celine is that. Celine has soul to me. Power of Love gives me chills. The power of love. What's that song? There's another song. She got a couple of songs. I mean, that are like, bitch, these are soul songs. Celine Dion. Let's see. Because You Love Me. That song is fucking fire. Whitney Houston has soul, right? Yes, definitely. Definitely. On particular songs, yes. What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me? Adele does not compare to Celine, not at all. All by myself. Power of Love. Um, because you love me. Yeah. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me. Ooh, that song is sickening. That song is love. That's if you don't feel that song, what genre would you consider Adele? Pop. I feel like Adele is pop. Yeah, I consider Adele pop. Celine and Adele make the same kind of music. I don't know. I don't feel Adele like I feel Celine. Isn't she more pop soul? I know they try to put Adele in the soul category. I don't know. Maybe yeah. No. She okay. She cool. She doesn't suck. I just I don't know. I'm not impressed when white people can sing like her. I it doesn't it doesn't move me. If I'm gonna live, I'm gonna live for like Yeba, Mother Yeba. I'm gonna I don't know. Adele just she just doesn't She just doesn't give me what I need. She has a pretty tone. It's pretty. I actually like Adele's up tempo songs much better than I like her ballads. We hear it so much in church. Yeah, we hear Adele's. I know people with regular, pretty Adele voices that sing in church. They won't get the solo because the solo is gonna go to a Kiki Wyatt. It's gonna go to the girl who can bust the house down. Um, but the most basic church girl can sing like church choir girl can sing like Adele, and it doesn't impress me. Tina Marie is more my style because she took more risk. I like Tina's voice, but hers didn't impress me either. Love him and leave him. If I were a man, baby, you would know. No, yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, she's cool. I'm trying to think of people who I, and it really can be just about your who what you like because I really love Celine's voice. I like Celine can her agility is unusual in a white pop star. Her agility, how she runs, how she can do runs and shit. Um really well. Um that's sickening. I live for Celine in that regards. Um um JoJo. I like JoJo. Um, I like Yelba. I don't know. I like that. I like those white girls. Those they do it for me. Um, I like you know who else I like? Um, Jessie J. I really like Jessie J. But yeah, Adele don't do it for me. She doesn't do it for me. She just doesn't do it for me. She would have made way more money doing pop. Who? Oh, what I like about her is her authenticity. She definitely could have done more pop, but she really wanted to focus on R&B. Who? Who are we talking about? Yes, those are her songs. Oh, Tina Marie, if she had done pop. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Soul music is more like she a diamond. Yes. There's a lot of I don't know. Soul music make me feel it. It's not necessarily R&B, but can you make me feel something with this song? That's what I feel like. Everybody can have their own definition of soul music. But if I hear you singing and you're giving me a song and you are delivering it to where I am feeling it in my bones, that's soul music for me. It's not necessarily R&B. It's not necessarily any particular race. It's just, are you making me feel this fucking song from your fucking soul? Like how am I are you get when I hear you sing it, are you giving me the chill? Look at this. Ain't that pretty? That's so pretty. That matte color. Um, am I getting bumps on my skin? Um, I want to feel it. Ariana Grande feel polished and well trained, but I don't feel it. Yeah, Ariana Grande is a great recording artist. I love her vocals on her recordings, her vocals on the recordings. I love them. Do you like Joss Stone? Her voice is wonderful. Do I like her? I'm not impressed. I don't dislike her voice, but I'm not impressed. Oh. But yeah, Ariana Grande is just really successful. There are many talented people in the world. She just happened to make it big. Something with her management went right. No, Ariana Grande have some skills though. I don't wanna before she got famous, I follow her before she got famous, and there's certain things that she can do that an average singer can't do. So she has some above average skill. Um, but I think what makes her stand out is the where her voice lays sounds very, very similar to Mariah. And Mariah has set a standard of pop sound that she can mimic really, really well. She sounds like Mariah to me. Like a it um when Mariah is doing was doing her Sony pop, she sounds like Mariah. She also had an audience via Disney, absolutely. I actually think Willow Smith has a few good songs. I haven't really listened to Willow's songs. I followed Willow's music on SoundCloud since she stopped doing music. When she I with my hair back and forth, I with my hair back and forth. When she got done with that era of her life and then she came back to music, she brought a lot of her music on SoundCloud and I started following her there and I was enjoying that this little new age little person she was becoming. I like that. I like that for her. So her friends grew up with her. Mm-hmm. Breathe out and breathe out and breathe out and breathe out. Keep on breathing. I love that song. I love Breathing by Ariana. Am I the only one sick of Will and Jada? I'm not sick of Will and Jada. I like it. I like what they got going on. The reason why I like it is because they have been hush mouth for so long. We didn't hear about Will and Jada T. If you really think about it, in this whole time, we didn't really hear T from them when it comes to their tea. We had rumors about them being swingers and da 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 that were, around in black culture, but we didn't we didn't get too much tea from them. Now y'all mad we getting the tea? No, I really liked Red Table Talk. I really enjoy it. I'm sick and tired. Yes, I'm sick and tired of the responses. I'm not sick and tired of them. It's the silly responses. I'm a little tired of it. Do you watch The House of Fox Soul? I do not. I do not watch it. But I think they're trying to get ahead of something. Damage control in a way. I don't think they're trying to get ahead of anything. I think we are more exposed to their life and they're exposing us to it than ever before. And they are what Red Table Talk is their show that that she has been wanting because she centered her life around her children and Will's career for so long, and now she wants to create her own show, and that's what Red Table Talk is. And she won an Emmy, so it's growing. She has been focused on his career, but now her kids are grown. She's focusing on hers, and she doesn't want to act because she's done that before. She's trying to go into a different genre, and it's actually working. She won a fucking Emmy for an internet show. That's groundbreaking. And so, yeah, I think they're shifting. And then he's still doing his thing. He has his first book that done came out, Will. She has a show, so they're, you know, we seeing more of them. Has Will even won an Oscar yet? Will trying to win an Oscar. Cause he hasn't won. He got nominated for Ali, right? Honey, I think Will is chasing an Oscar. That's what I think Will is doing. Will is chasing an Oscar, and Jada is chasing her own dreams now because she has raised her children. Her children are done. He was great in King Richard. Was he Oscar great? I feel like most good singers have the same tone of voice. I'm waiting for someone who sounds different. Mm. Well, somebody who sounds different might not be popular. You might want to find them. Maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I hope. I know he's chasing it. Depends on who else is in the category. Who has been male great actors doing roles right now? I don't know. It's about to be. Oh, it's about to be Oscar nomination season. It's about to be December, right? When or not? Don't nominations come out in December or no? When do nominations come out? Let me ask Google. When do Oscar nominations come out?
Here is information from Oscars.org.
Oh, when did it come out? When did it come out? Because the deadline was the 15th. Monday, November the 15th. I've been following movies too much, so I have no idea who else would be dominating. He actually captured their father very well. I don't think he is big, but there is an actor who has been doing more movies. His name is Cinco Walls. He got his essence. It was just released. 6 Degrees of Separation was Will's Oscar. He won that Oscar. I didn't know he won for 6 Degrees. Does Will Smith have an Oscar? Oh no, he doesn't have an Oscar. I was being shady. Oh. um he got nominated in '07 for The Pursuit of Happiness, and he got nominated in '02 for Ali. And now that he has some buzz, he probably will get nominated for um I have no idea. Cisco still made music. Oh, he does make music? I didn't know that either. Um, Maybe that's why there's no backlash. What do y'all think about the colorism conversation with him playing their father? Do y'all think that people are letting them slide? with that? We're because we're having a deep colorism conversation about Stagecoach Mary, but are we letting Will slide? This is another thing. It's a lot. We when it comes, we give female characters, when the colorism shit happen, baby, we dragging it, we wearing it out, da 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 da. But for some reason, when there's some colorism weird shit happening in the male characters, we don't really be saying nothing. Y'all feel what I'm saying? We don't really like I really don't be saying nothing because I let the people talk about colorism that need to talk about colorism. Do your thing. But the one that really annoyed me was Chadwick Boseman playing, um as far as the male, Chadwick Boseman playing um Thurgood Marshall. I thought that was late. I thought that the reason why I thought that was late is because Thurgood Marshall's color was really, really important to his trajectory and opportunity in his life. And so a dark-skinned man playing him, I think, was wrong in regards to that. I think that was weird. Like, Thurgood Marshall would not have been the Supreme Court justice if he wasn't light skinned, with all the rest of his brilliance. Now, I want to negate all the rest of his stuff, but one of the reasons that got him to maneuver in the doors that he could maneuver in to be able to get to the position, um, to be the first Black Supreme Court justice, was because he was a high yellow nigga with pretty hair, the good hair. Like, yeah, that's weird. That was the most egregious. That Zoe for and that's what I mean. I'm more annoyed, like the Nina Simone thing. I'm more annoyed when it's like, yo, like Nina's dark skin and blackness was so important to her story and her narrative and her music and who she was, that you can't compromise that. It was too important. It's too important to the story. And so I think when it's big important to the story, I don't think it should be compromised. I get some incidents, but Thurgood Marshall, no. Nina Simone, no. Because these are people where colorism really affect their life. It affected the trajectory and the doors that was open to them. You cannot erase that and it be believable to me. And if you have to paint yourself so dark like Zoe Saldana did, Salado, is how you say him? Saldana. However you say her name. If you have to paint yourself that dark, you shouldn't apply for the role. That's another thing. We got to stop applying for these motherfucking roles that we know don't fit. Has anyone seen Passing by Nella Larson? Yes, we have seen it. We did a whole video on it last Friday, right? Wasn't it last Friday? I think last Friday. Yes. We talked about it. Go back and check it out. With women, there's desirability politics involved. Would it be similar if a cis woman played a trans activist? Hmm. Hmm. There's some parallels, but not exactly similar. Yeah, that's because they don't understand colorism, and they don't understand um how it plays out in their life and their choices. But yeah, the Thurgood Marshall one was annoying. He should have been light skinned. That was important. Nina should have been played by a black girl. I didn't understand none of that other shit. But that was about it. Yeah. Will definitely deserve that Oscar. He played the Hollywood game very well. It don't make sense. He plays the Hollywood game very well. We got tons of money, baby. One man act, one man active Thurgood prior. I don't know what that means. Oh, Lawrence. Okay. Hmm. I'm not white, but I do consider myself unaware about colorism, but that's why I love learning about it because I don't want to be problematic. Are you Hispanic or Latinx? Like what is your ethnicity? Oh, y'all definitely have colorism in your culture. There is a think about Latina. Um think about how when you see Mexicans, like, wait, watch this. Watch this. Pictures of Mexican women.
All right, images of Mexicans.
So when you get pictures of Mexicans, they're always light. It's never it's never dark ones. When we know that there were more black people, Africans dropped off in South America and Mexico than the United States. And so we never when we see representation of Mexicans is never dark skinned Mexicans. Never. It's always the ones that look like this. Um this. It's always light Mexicans. Always. That get the features is never look at what's that girl, the black girl? Amara Latinx.
Amara around spring. Here
Hmm.
you go.
Amara Afro Latina.
Amara around.
Amara Afro Latina. Amara La Negra. Her. First of all, she's sickening. That's the whole big thing about her, how they don't claim her to be Latina, but she is. She was like, honey, I was raised in the culture. Honey, I'm a Spanish speaking Latina woman. I'm just Afro Latina. Um, the whole issue about her, dark skinned Mexicans are always kind of just erased from the narrative of Mexican folks. Um, folks, but that's she's not. I don't think she's Mexican, but every Latin American country has that same colorism problem. I'm in Puerto Rico now, and there's a mix of all shades, but advertisement typically show white Latinos. Yes. Yeah, that's same thing with Asians. Colorism is in all the countries and cultures. When you look at Asian women, you don't see the dark South Asian people. You don't see them. You don't see the Cambodians and the Thai people and the dark versions of them that look, honey, that's darker than me. Do you know how many Asians I've met that's darker than me? We don't ever see them. We see the light Japanese, Korean, Northern Asian. Yeah. Every culture has the issue with because they have been affected by white supremacy, has an issue with colorism. Every culture. I never thought highly of myself for being light skinned. I would actually prefer if I inherited my mom's skin color. But it's true how darker women don't get much representation. Yeah, and it's more about how others respond to you, not really how you see yourself. Because I'm also a person who would love to be more brown, but that don't change the privilege that comes with being my complexion in my culture. It was very clear and obvious when I was growing up, especially when I transitioned. As a boy, like I've said this many times, as a boy, it was very different. Colorism, how it showed up, was very different. Um, but definitely as a woman, it's drastically different in regards to privilege. It takes some undoing. Yeah, I've been in lines where people let me in because I was lighter. I've been in I've had conversation with people that I got this opportunity because I was lighter. It was quite obvious. That's why when people try to deny it, it's kind of strange because I know you had to have the same experience that I had. Colonization is still alive. Now, only thing I don't like is when in the colorism conversation, I don't like when people try to tell me my experience. Now, don't try to tell me my experience as a black woman. Don't try to tell me things that I have experienced in regards to racism, in regards to being shaded. Um, yes, you can talk about your experience, but don't try to talk about mine. I, there's, I'm not a white woman, so it's not like I'm running around with the privileges of a white woman. So don't try to act like, you know, there's no kind of disparity just because I'm light skinned. But yes, um, colorism definitely exists. And excuse me. I think what I had to learn growing up is being defensive about the difference in when I need to be defensive about it and when I don't. Um and really my rule of thumb is if whatever I have to say is it adding to the conversation, is it adding to the conversation in regards to depth to explain experience, Or am I saying this to undermine what this dark skinned person is saying? Not about my life, but about theirs. Now, if you are saying something wrong about my life, then I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say and undermine it if it's a lie. But if you're telling me your experience, if you're telling people your experiences as a dark skinned person, and I come, like, for example, say that this dark skinned person says, oh, yes, I was teased for being dark skinned when I was growing up, and my life was hell. And my response would be, girl, I was teased for being light skinned too. Now, while what I say may be true, me saying that undermines what she's saying, as if me being teased for light skin is equal to her being teased for being dark skinned. They are not equal. Even if there was incidents of me being teased, it was not equal to hers. And you are lying if you're saying that it is. Now, if you like a albino person, I would like to hear those experiences, because I could see somebody who is an albino who has that kind of difference um be teased and judged even harder than a dark skinned person. I'm not 100% for sure, but because it's so different and it looks so I don't want to say it looks so weird. It's so different. I would like to think how they are teased, because I'm sure they're teased too. But I know it's not there's no comparison how a motherfucker teased me about being light skinned to somebody who I saw. Ain't nobody ever called me no African booty scratcher. Ain't nobody ever called me shit that I heard when I was growing up. Nobody called me that shit. They may have called me other things, but it was nowhere near the shit they were talking and saying to dark skinned people. Nowhere near that. So if you're trying to equate the two, then you're undermining the truth of what this girl is saying. And so you bullshit. You on some bullshit. What I've been seeing is the undoing of the idea that being light will get you the very best of these men. Maybe at first, but they will still pull a baby on you. Um, there is some truth to that, not total truth. There always are exceptions. There is I don't know. There have been incidents where I've been in situations where a dude was treating me much, much better than he was treating somebody else that I knew. And I don't know what that was, but it seemed from what he said, it was, you know, how I looked. And it's so many things that could be involved. It could be passability, but I don't think she wasn't that passable. I mean, I don't think she was that unpassable. I think she was passable, just as passable as I was. Um, and it's a spectrum. It depends on where you are and who you're being compared to. You may get chosen, but if you're with a colorist dude, he has a lot of self-hate inside. Eventually that rage comes out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't always believe that that's the case. I think sometimes, but if you play the mode, sometimes it just works out. I don't know. I just think they can be more apt. I think they can be more apt to treat you well if they are a colorist. Not saying that it eliminates every problem, but if you have darker children, what happens then? Yeah, I can see it coming out in that way. Um, in playing favoritisms, I've seen that. My weirdest interaction with a man was when he saw me and assumed I was stuck up because my skin tone, and he was my Uber driver. Yeah, we get that. That's a negative stereotype of us. If you have to close off pieces of yourself to be with him, um, mm, what it is 2:21. Oh, I absolutely hate being asked, "Am I mixed?" I hate it. I hate it. Um, but you know what I hate more is when I say no and they say, "Oh, you got to be mixed with something." Like I'm lying to your motherfucking ass. Yeah, bitch, slave master. Um, or when dudes come up to me and and talk shit about dark skinned girls in their game to try to impress me. Like if they say, "Oh yeah, I like me a red bone chick. I don't even fuck with dark skinned bitches. Cause I like red bones." Shit like that annoys me. Oh God. Quickest way to get blocked, quickest way to get me to walk off from you. That is such a turn off. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Texas is 2 hours ahead from Texas. Yes, it is. Yes, it is about 12:30 in 12:30 in California. I think I'm about to get off here, y'all, so I can watch King Richard. We've been on here for hours. Definitely 3 hours because we had already done an hour on the other live. So come on, 3:30 on the East Coast. So I will see y'all. I want to watch King Richard and see what it gives, but I am kind of sleepy too. I'm ready to go sleep maybe and watch it tomorrow. I don't have too much to do tomorrow, but I want to get some breakfast. I might go to. I have a date on Sunday too, y'all. I have a date with a guy. He's 6'7". He's older than me. I haven't went on a date with somebody that was older than me in a minute. He's like 40 something. He's probably like 45. So hopefully that goes well. We're supposed to be going to dinner. And he is Sunday going to church to praise the Lord. Not me. I don't go to church at all. I wish somebody would invite me to church for a date. I would go so slutty with my tits pushed up and my girdle. Honey, I would go to church looking so slutty just to embarrass them. I wish they would ask me to go on a date to a church. Fuck out of here. No, we're supposed to be going to a regular degular dinner that he's paying for. Ain't no 50-50. We don't do Dutch over here. Ah, yeah. It's funny how online people have such a problem with paying for dates, but In real life, that dudes do not have a problem with paying for dates. I ain't never had no dude ask me to pay for a damn date ever. Where did you meet him? I met him on POF, actually. You ain't giving the pastor your money. Oh, definitely not. I'm doing the bucket being passed just like this. Every time it's passed my way, it's going to the next person, baby. I'm not here to pay for your beans, darling. I've only 50-50 on dates, but that dates I feel like a friend hangout. I always pay for dinner with my ex. Baby, y'all some nice women's, baby, because honey, if I go on a date and pay for it, I'm old school. Honey, something's wrong. Just send me to honey whatever mental health facility is the local facility. Go ahead and send me that because some if Diamond paid for a date, wrap it up. She done. She has some type of dementia. Whoever asks should pay. Yeah, I don't ask men on dates, so I would never. If that's your rule, I would never. If that's the rule, whoever asks should pay. Yeah. So I don't never ask men. Ooh, let's go on a date. What? Child, boom. That's gonna be in your "I'm in trouble" help tweet. It sets the tone too if you do that. The song of paying for dates, child. I not ever never asked for their number either. No, Alexa, delete Trading Places by Usher from the library. Very that. No, I just what? I'm trying to think of have I ever I've never paid for a date. I've never paid for a date. Um I've paid for a outing with friends. Like if my homeboy, we will say we out somewhere and everybody decides to do something randomly. Oh, let's go see this movie randomly. And he was like, "Oh, I ain't got no money and da da da." My homeboy, I'd be like, "Sure, come on." But it's usually I'm not really friends with cishet men. So I'm not really it's really not a date, it's some friend shit. But I can't imagine. Oh, me and Denethan, y'all met Denethan. Me and Denethan go sometimes. Like if I feel like going somewhere, but me and Denethan's been friends for 9 years, and Denethan has paid for so much shit for me that sometimes I'll feel like doing something, and Denethan is broke. Like say it's a time when he's broke, I'd be like, boy, just come on. I would do it in that sense, but it's because he has paid over and 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 over. Like I rarely even pay for anything when I'm out with him. And so it's nothing for if I want to do something to pay his way. But he has established, that he pays. Now that might be old school and maybe some sexism. I don't know what it is, but that's just how I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, honey. Um, and I attract and date men. Um, do you ever do first dates at home? I don't know what that means. Like they come to your house as a first date? No. I don't ever let anybody come to my house on my first time meeting them. No. Unless it's like some absolutely sexual stuff. Like if it's just sexual, yeah. But actual like date, you come into my house as the date, and I ain't never met you, and it ain't no sexual. No, no, honey. Not at all. I had a gay friend that moved to San Francisco, and he wouldn't even let me pay when he hung out, went to the movies. He feels, yeah, yeah. My gay friends take care of me, honey. They be. No, I wouldn't go to anybody's house for a date. No, what am I coming to your house for? Mm-mm. For a date? No. Why are we going to each other's house for a date? Yeah, I don't know. Mm-mm. House and a first date. Don't mix house. Yeah, that's how you get fucked and ghost. Yeah, if I'm inviting you to my house and it's our link, then I'm trying to get fucked and ghost. But if I'm going on a date with you, it is because I am trying to lead to something serious because your conversation has led me to like you in a way that I want to meet and hang with you in person. So the date is affirmation that I want more than a freaky link. Because if I wanted a freaky link, I would just say, yo, send me that dick, send me them dick pictures, what that dick looking like. Yo, I'm feeling like tasting that. It's looking like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a push it in a sexual direction and tell you when you free, come through. But if I'm actually going on a date, then we're going on a date. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something you pay for, but the date is intended for us to spend in-person time together. So whatever ways you want to do that. Some of the best dates that I've had have been free. Actually, Corey sometimes be in here. And Corey had the best date that I have ever been on. I don't know if he's not in here now because I haven't seen him talking, but Corey be in here not all the time, but he be in here some of the lives and be commenting and shit. Corey took me on the best date on a fucking walk in this fucking bayou with animals running around. It's called Buffalo Bayou Trail, honey, here in Houston, and it was fun as fuck. He had a sickening ass personality. We had on tennis shoes and workout clothes, and we was walking and laughing and talking, and it was sickening. A workout date, and it was love. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I had never been to where he had took me. I had never been to this spot. It was beautiful. Animal deers running around, rabbits jumping in the grass, wildlife everywhere, flowers. It was so fucking pretty. Cause it was like I think it was like springtime. So there was like flowers growing and looking love. It was perfect. I'm stuck between trying to go on a real date and also trying to make sure he's sexually compatible. Mm, I don't think so for me how I avoid that is how I think about dating. So the time between we hook up sexually and the time that we start dating, whatever that time period, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year, however that works. However, the time period between the time we hook up sexually and the time we go on a date, I don't consider that time a waste if your dick is trash. This is just me enjoying my time with a person. And then once I figure out your dick is trash, I don't want to have sex with you no more. and we don't go further than that. But I don't consider that a waste of time because I'm enjoying my time with a person that I enjoy spending time with. Do you think sex on the first date ruins things? It depends on the person, man. Depends on how the person thinks. Look at John Legend and fucking Chrissy Teigen. They fucked on their first time meeting. She was on some hoe shit. And he fell in love, baby. They got a whole family married, long-term married now. I think it depends on where you are in life. I'm where I am in life is I'm enjoying the moment. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying. If I want to fuck you on the first date, I'm gonna fuck you. If it ruins my chances to be anything more with you, it wasn't meant to happen. If me having sex with you, I know it's gonna be fire, negates all the rest of the shit that I got going on that is great about me, then I don't need to be with you. Great, we had good sex, bye. Or bad sex, however it worked out. We had sex. Whatever comes from after that, niggas, baby, if your sex is good, I don't care if it was on the first date, whatever. Niggas is gonna treat you how honey, how they want to treat you. If they plan on not fucking with you long term, they not gonna fuck with you long term. Whether it be you make them wait 3 months or you make them wait a week, it don't really matter. If they don't want, if they're not looking for that from you, they're gonna the it's gonna be the same. It don't matter how many dates you went on. And if your sex is fire, your pussy good, your booty good, your head good, everything is good, and they want to fuck with you some more on some long term shit, they gonna do that. Whether you give them the pussy the first day or the third day, they gonna fuck with you if they want to fuck with you. I ain't never met a bitch with no good pussy that the nigga said, I don't want to fuck with you no more because you gave me that good pussy on the first night. I don't know. I just, if the shit is fire and she got a good personality, he gonna ride with it. Grown folks don't really care about those age rules. Yeah, child. That shit. Young folks don't either. I know some people that hook up and stay together for a long time, make it work. If they want it, if it depends on the two people how they think about it. Are there men if you fuck them on the first date that it makes you look bad? Yeah, it's some, but how you play your cards after that is really what matters. How you play your cards after that, because if you giving him, if you got a great personality, you fun, you cool, and your sex is good, he gonna want to be around you. You make a nigga fall in love, my nigga. But if you corny and whack with some whack ass pussy, he gonna be like, oh, she let me fuck. I don't know. I just ain't never had no nigga that if we vibing, it don't matter. We vibing. If we vibing, all that shit is out the window. If a nigga don't want to fuck with you after, it is because he wasn't looking to fuck with you after, period. But that's why I do shit based on me wanting to do it. Me. If I want to fuck you on the first day, it don't matter the consequences. I want to fuck you, so I'm fucking. However you respond to me wanting what I want, that's not my problem. Do you think sex is essential for making a stronger emotional connection? No, not for everybody. I can't. I'd rather charge them. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know. Once I'm centering my pleasure, me centering my pleasure has nothing to do with money. I think when you start making money, I don't know. I don't want to talk for anybody. For me, when I started making money and making enough money to where I ain't surviving, I'm actually thriving. I got enough money to pay my bills. My bills are paid. I'm good. Once I got there, in my mind, money stopped being important. My needs start being important. I start caring about what I wanted. Do I want to hook up? Do I want some dick? Do I want to mess around? Because you know, my needs are important. So money doesn't necessarily change that. And everybody who has money don't mean that they got the dick that I want. They don't have the skill in sex that I want. Yeah, I don't center money. They're dating for sex, then just to date, or is it commitment? That's how I look at it. Yeah. But you can tell if they're dating for sex. Like you can actually feel the vibe. I can. I don't know. I can tell when a nigga just want to fuck. It's the type of questions they ask you on the date before the date starts. The type of questions they ask you are different. Niggas are so predictable. You can tell the type of by the how they are what they are asking. How tall are you? How much you weigh? Where you live at? Um, do you stay by yourself? You can tell when they're trying to get because what do they need to know if you stay by yourself? They need to know if you stay by yourself. So when they come over, it's not a bunch of motherfuckers over here because they trying to hit that pussy or booty, whatever you got. It's they're men are dumb as fuck. Cishet men. They be dumb. They're not slick motherfuckers. You can tell what their goal is. Like you can tell. You can peep it. They ain't got no fucking game. Like you can peep it immediately. They think they being slick, but they're not. Oh, uh, man, I just want to shit. Do you smoke? I just want to come over and smoke you out. I don't want to go on no dates. He telling you what's up. He telling you. Oh man, when you free, when can I come chill with you? You know what this nigga about? They say this. They say the same fucking shit all the time. Now, if he asking you questions like, what you do for a living? They be very direct. Can I take you out? Can I take you out to spend some time with you? Yo, what kind of hobbies you into? Oh shit, I like that too. Let's go to da 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 da. Da. Oh, I'm into comedy shows. Oh, I like that too. Let's go to the improv together. They say they want to do things with you that don't involve sex or don't involve chilling at home. They want to do things outside of that when they want something more than just fucking with you, just fucking you. Like it's so easy. I don't understand. It's never really subtle. Like they kind of tell you because they're talking to so many people, they're trying to get to the point. Are they constantly complimenting you? Oh damn, you so thick, you so beautiful. It's just something about you, you just so beautiful. That means they are centering what they see. They are centering your body. They're centering your look. Are they constantly laying on compliments? Damn, ma. It's just something about you. You just look so good. You so thick and red, man. I love me a red girl. You so fucking fine. Da 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 da. Da. I could you. You just don't know the things I do to you. Are they stuck in that mode? Are they? You. I know y'all done had niggas talk to y'all like that. That they're stuck in compliment. The conversation don't go anywhere past them complimenting. Damn. So what you about to do? Damn. You chilling? You thick as fuck. Okay. It's so boring. Yes, they don't have any kind of creativity. Okay, I appreciate a compliment, a bitch. Feed my ego, honey. Honey, I want to know that you into me. Yes, but it gets to a point where okay, you can only say so much. Give me one or two, cool. Then it has to go further than that. It has to go further, and if it doesn't, you know what's up. The things I do to you sounds very familiar. Yes, honey, they will. Honey. But a dude who is it gets old quick. Yeah, because how am I supposed to respond after you tell me I'm beautiful 5 times? What do I and I done said thank you? What else I'm supposed to say? What else am I? And then when you be like, okay, honey, they're like, oh, I'll just give you a compliment. Yes, over and over. What's next? What's the rest of the convo? Where are we going? Where's this conversation going outside of okay, you think I look great? You look good too. Great. Cool. What's tea? What's next? I had a guy try to seriously date me and then tell me I'm trans. And I tell them I'm trans. They immediately switch to the compliments and just yeah, that's because that's yeah. Because for a trans woman, if you're a trans woman, I just want the sex stuff. But if you're a cis woman, this could potentially go somewhere else. But with a trans woman, no, it's only going to be sexual, unless they're trying to date a trans woman. If they're and be serious about dating one. Yeah, I don't get drunk, Marissa. I don't even. You can't get me drunk because I don't. I drink, but I'm not drinking on no date. I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking at no bar that I came with a nigga because I want to stay on my toes. I'm never gonna be drinking nothing from no. Mm-mm. Too many funny shit. Too much funny shit. No, thank you. Yeah, I see that all the time. But yeah, if we're going to date, you're coming to pick me up. You better be on time because that is a pet peeve of mine. Because I let them set the time, so you shouldn't be late. You told me this time. I didn't tell you the time. You told me the time. I always let the man on our first day. I let them control everything. Where are we going? What time we go? You tell me what we doing so I can dress appropriately. And yeah, let's go. I'm gonna be sickening. I'm gonna be fly as fuck. So be prepared for that. Don't think you gonna come with some sweats and honey wife beater or just look stupid. You're gonna look stupid and embarrassing to me. So understand that I'm gonna be fly because honey, that's what I do. So I hope you fly too. And Yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna have fun and be on time, and you're gonna pay for it. I investigate them before. I don't have the emotional energy for dating right now. I feel that. I don't go on dates enough for me to not have the energy for it. My mom taught me to never let someone pick me up for a date because they have a level of control when they have the car. Well, Lyft and Uber fix that. I'm okay with them having the car. Now, I understand your mother making that position um back in the day. It makes sense. Back in the day, that makes sense. But now we got Lyft and Uber. Baby, you know how quick I would get up and call me a Lyft? I would sit there at the table and be calling my Uber. And before it's honey, when it's outside, I'll get up from the seat. All right. Have a wonderful day and tip off to my ride home. Baby, in the middle of the day. But I understand your mama making that rule back for her back in the day. You always drive because if you're ready to go, you can go. Yes, that makes sense. But I don't know. It's something about a guy cleaning his car to impress you. You coming in, the car looks nice, the car smells good. He opens up the door for you to get in the car. I don't know. It's something romantic and old school about that I like the idea of him picking me up and I'm me walking out to the car looking fire, smelling good, get in the car, the whole car starts smelling like your perfume and the small talk before y'all get to the location that y'all the small talk that y'all have when y'all get to the before y'all get to the location that y'all decide. Um yeah, the conversation back. Um FaceTime has saved me many bad dates. Has it? How so? I feel like it could save you from being catfished. But before you get to going on dates, like you should be doing that the I call that the vetting. So the looking what their social media is doing, getting on FaceTime with them, making sure they real. All that stuff happened before they even asked me on a date. Like that's the vetting process before they say yes. Before they even get to the point of asking me. By the time we get to going on a date, I know you real. I know you look like all that is like, yeah, all of that is done before. Is a guy older? Yes, he's about 4 or 5 years older than me. I've been doing dating. Yeah, I don't just meet people. I know. Yeah, definitely got to check them out. Yes, it's part of the screening process, so to speak. Yes. Yeah. hmm But yes, I always do. And actually, um, I think somebody said, I want to know if we sexually compatible. I actually asked for nude pictures early on. Not maybe not the first day, but early in our compatibility, like in our conversation, I asked for nude pictures because I want to see what that dick is doing to see if I'm interested in a date. Because if the piece is ugly or the piece is little, I'm not interested. Cause niggas can have a big dick and it's ugly as shit. Like I don't like ugly ass dicks. I don't like that. So let's get this out of the way. But I may not ask for them like right up front, but before the date, I'm assuming he passed the test. Yes, if we're going on a date Sunday, he has passed the test. We've talked everything. How can a dick be ugly? The shape of it. You ain't never seen an ugly dick? I have. The shape of it. Um, yeah. Yeah, the shape. The yeah, it's really the shape. There are way too many ugly ones. It's yeah, for me it's really the shape. It can be ugly. I have a question about workplace while trans. You got 4 minutes. What's your question? Because we're at 2:56. Oh, I love those. I love low hanging balls. I like that. Diamond has many videos about workplace. I do. I really do. But what's your question? I love me some low hanging balls. Same, Lena. That's my sickening. Hey, Lilith. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, you got 3 minutes, honey. You better get to typing fast. How you doing tonight? I'm great. I'm on my way back from a party. I hope you have fun. I think sexual compatibility happens when you don't overthink it. Um, when you don't overthink it. I think sexual compatibility happens when I make what I want very clear and they understand it and deliver. When I go with the flow, it don't work. Because how they flow and how I flow, just going with the flow don't work for me. I need to tell you what I like. A coworker who is very nice to me has recently been misgendering me. How do I handle it? Like if I mention it, it will bring more attention. How do I address her? Tell her. Be direct. Hey, can you stop misgendering me? Hey, how are you doing? My pronouns are da 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 da. I'm a woman, so I like to be addressed as a woman. So yeah, I'm just letting you know you might be doing it by mistake, but you keep misgendering me, and it may not be intentional, but I'm just kind of letting you know that um yeah, I'm a woman, so I'm gonna need you to not misgender me. Thank you. I know you understand. I appreciate you. And then if they do continue, then you know it's intentional. If they continue to do it, then you know it's intentional because you said something about it. But if you haven't said anything, then they may not know. I don't know what that means, but I like to be direct. I like to say, and you don't have to be rude. Stop misgendering me, bitch. Not that. But you can just be like, hey, I don't think you're intentionally doing this, but you're misgendering me. And I don't really like that. And I don't think you're doing it on purpose. So I don't want you to get all sensitive, but I just want to let you know I don't really like to be misgender. And I would appreciate it if you didn't. My name is Diamond, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a woman. And yeah, I like to be called by girl pronouns, women pronouns. I like that's what I like. That's that's respectful to me. What are yours? What's respectful to you? Okay, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't for sure if it was an intentional or not, so I just kind of want to make it clear, kind of clear the air. But I appreciate you and thank you. That that's what I would say. The new episode came out on Thursday. But yeah, just pull her to the side. Don't do it in front of people because people get all rowdy when you and embarrassed when you do it in front of people. But you do it on the side, just you and her, just hey, um, I don't think it's intentional, so I don't want you to get all sensitive, but yeah, you keep misgendering me and my pronouns are da da da. That's what I would you be real tender at first. That's what I believe. I believe you be real tender at first because then you drawing the line. You're saying, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. I don't like this. So when they do it after that, it's clear that you're disrespecting me because I've let you know. Mm-mm. I judge men based on their feet. If you don't take care of something that's under you constantly, why would I want to be in the same position? Let me see things that I take look at. I'm a smell girl. Like you don't have to be fly, but you got to be well groomed and smell good. Um, I think that's included the feet and the feet and the nails. I don't I haven't dated a lot of dudes that I look at that their feet are out, but yeah, if I don't know where y'all from, but niggas don't be having their feet out where I'm from unless they African. Dudes don't really be having their feet out. I'm trying to think. Yeah, they be in tennis shoes and shit. I don't really see them. Dudes that I date don't be having their feet out. Not that I would have a problem with it, but the ones that I have dated usually that have their feet out, like out in some sandals or out in some slides or out, it's usually Africans. Black boys always got on socks for me. Like African American boys, everyone's that I know, they always got on socks or some shoes or something. Some do in California, very few, but I've seen it. Yeah, I can see California. Like if you're at the beach or something like that, yeah, but I don't really see that where I'm at. um, yeah, they don't really have their feet out. So I don't really get to see feet until we probably about to do the do. I get to see the nails and if they smell good and if they, look good. But yeah, they don't really be having their feet out. I hate when men's saliva is too thick. I make them drink water if we're being intimate. That sounds like I want to put my penis in their mouth. So I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm in Michigan, so they not out in public, but around the house. Oh, okay. I don't know. For me, I could let the feet slide. Just don't get them close to me. Oh, your feet can't be busted. They can't be scratching me when we doing the do. They can't be raggedy. They don't need to be pretty, but they don't. They can't be. They can't be ashy. You got to do something with them. They can't be definitely can't smell at all. I'm a bitch who hates any kind of horrible smell. No, you can't smell. Um, but they can't be crusty, like got crust on them and shit. No, I can't stand that. Mm-mm. I also love it when a man has a fresh haircut. Yeah, any kind of grooming, any type of smell good grooming. if he don't need to have style, but having some style, like having some type of look that like you intentionally wore these clothes to be fashion forward. Oh, in a cis man that's not a gay man. I love a nigga that want to be fly. Oh, because I like, I like to be fly. So us tipping in the motherfucking spot looking like honey fashionistas, baby, that turns me on. What about a man who wear makeup? Now that goes too far for me. I don't want a man who wear makeup. I am a traditional woman, and with a non-traditional history, but I like men who are traditional men. Now that's wearing makeup is a little too far for me. If he wants to, I'm not gonna judge him, but I don't want my nigga to wear makeup. No, come on. You can't be. No, come on. That's too much for me. Makeup on me, and I think of James Charles the same. I also love a guy who doesn't try to be funny to everybody. I like that. I like a jokester, a charisma around the room kind of guy. What's your favorite outfit on a man? My favorite outfit on a man, honey, basketball shorts, no draws, and a wife beater, and some Nike slides, cause it's about to go down. If he got that on. But are we talking about like if he came on a date, what would I want him to wear? Um, it really depends on where we're going. Um, it depends on where we're going. Like if we're going to some nice restaurant, fly, I want him to be, um, slacks, blazer, white button up shirt, nice little watch, fade, a hat maybe, some kind of laid back business casual, not buttoned up all the way up, but kind of buttoned down a little bit. Oh, you know, still business casual, relax after work kind of look. Uh, yeah, I like that. That's my fly. But now, are we going to a basketball game? If we're going to like something real casual, then I want them to be in jeans, maybe a polo, um, some nice tennis shoes, something like that, something casual. What about a dude that puts topics on his head? I've been lucky enough not to run into those. I don't care about that. It's not that serious. I don't want you to have on makeup, but I don't care about how you take care of your hair. I'm used to being with dudes who take care of their hair. I'm black. So having waves and shit and putting grease and shit in your hair, I'm used to black men doing that. I don't care about that. Now makeup, no. I can that's going too far. A little lip balm so your lips ain't crusty, something in that, but motherfucking makeup you got on NC 45? Nah, bro. It's a wrap. It's introduce you to my homeboy here, my gay son. It may be stereotyping, but baby, the that's it ain't for me. um I can see a guy that is into rock music putting on eyeliner for when his band goes on stage or something. But I know about that beforehand. Like he's that type of guy. That is their aesthetic. A nigga that's gonna wear eyeliner for the rock band. He introducing you to his band early on. He's like, "Oh, this is pictures of me and my band." I'm like, "Oh, nigga, you looking like motherfucking Ozzy Osbourne by the eyes." It's gonna be something he gonna already introduce you to, and so it ain't gonna be on your first date. Um, if he wore no drawers on a date, then that would be a scandalous, honey. No, that would be sexy. I don't. I want you to be sexy on the date. I don't want you to be over sexual, but I want you to be sexy. I want you to have finesse about your sex appeal. That it's I like a dude who can bring a sexual conversation without it don't need to dominate our conversation. We can talk about sex, we grown, but it don't need to dominate our conversation. Can you finesse this Can you finesse this into the conversation? If you just bringing it up and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing, or it's not no flow, then it gets weird. But I don't mind talking about sex. It's just about how you bring it to me. Is that the extent of what we gonna talk about? Like what else is going on? Like if we've been talking about fucking capitalism and dismantling patriarchy and white supremacy and the Rittenhouse case, if we talked about all this stuff and then a sexual conversation come up, I ain't gonna be like, oh, why are you talking about sex? No, I'm not that person. I'm on this date because I find you attractive. So I want you to show me your swag, and some that time that swag is gonna be sexy. And I don't sex doesn't make me uncomfortable. Sex being oversaturated in your mind is what turns me off. If we can't have conversations of all types, then I'm going to be turned off. How do y'all feel about beards? I love beards. I can't be with a man with a beard that's coming off his face. I love a beard. I love a beard. All long, short, facial hair don't mean nothing to me. I don't really like the taco meat on the chest, but if it's there, I ain't tripping, but I would prefer that it's shaved. I don't really like hairy kind of men. I don't really like that. See, I'm not attracted to alternative rock black men. Me either, because I usually like white girls. Um, I be having bangs and lip piercings. Yeah, all that shit is weird. I'm probably not going to be on a date with a dude like that. I'm probably gonna be like, nah, you ain't my type. Now, I have hooked up with a dude like that, and it was fire. The dick was big, and it was fire. But I can tell that he like white girls, even after we hooked up, and when he wanted to hook up again, but I can I can tell that you need to be with this ain't it ain't. Alternative black dudes always got some anti-blackness sitting, waiting to pop out, and it always pops out. And even with him, it popped out. It's, yeah, I can't fuck with him. The one thing that I don't like is piercings. I don't really think about it. Um, I kind of turned off by piercings. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think about it. It depends on what else is going on. I met a dude who had this pierce and who had this pierce. I don't think I've like moles, like feminine ones. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't had that shit. You guys should see the guys with the beard and piercing tattoos. Yeah, I love a clean, short cut, trim beard, nothing too long at all. They look really tough and just yummy. You always make me laugh. I love a man with chest hair. Yeah, no. Maybe like a little bit, but it can't be. I don't know. I like a more clean shaven person. What about Lenny Kravitz? He's attractive. I could be with Lenny. But I don't really, I don't even know why I am talking to y'all about that because I don't attract dudes like that. I don't attract dudes like Lenny Kravitz and them bang wearing emo black dudes. I don't. I am too ghetto for them. It's very seldomly that them motherfuckers are attracted to me enough to try to holler at me. You got to remember, I don't holler at men, so it's only men who I deal with is that holler at me, and that type of dude, I'm too ghetto for them. I don't have an ambiguous persona, racially ambiguous persona. Like when you talk to me, you know I'm a black girl. My language, my vernacular, AAVE, you know I'm a black girl. And so they don't be fucking with that shit. And I don't be fucking with them. So I like regular black dudes. Business professional, reformed thugs, hood niggas, niggas that used to be hood niggas, now they got a job. Or they hood niggas that went to college, those type of things. But all right, y'all. I will talk to y'all. I probably get on probably like Tuesday night or something just to kiki. But I will talk to y'all later.